And I've been feeling strongly guided to bring this topic forward because what happens all too often is whatever we desire to manifest in our lives, it can be very easy to, be taking all of the actions, but not really be fully embodied in those actions, meaning our our mind is essentially, can be running the show. And so our bodies are actually a bridge, if you will, between heaven and earth. It's a vessel. It serves as like a channel to bring forward what your soul is guiding you to express in the world. And when I talk about embodiment, I want to also just emphasize that I'm not talking about perfection. It's just really about being intentional around not just intellectually understanding and knowing what you're feeling called to do and taking action on that, but feeling the essence of that in every part of your body, in all of your cells, in your DNA, in all of your atoms, really feeling what it is to embody that which you're being called to express in the world in the essence of who you are. And so the first point I really want to touch on with this is that, we talked about how our body is a sacred vessel. It's a channel, or, a bridge, if you will, between heaven and earth. I want to also touch on the importance of alignment in fully embodying that which you be. And you'll definitely want to go back and watch the second video where I cover energetic alignment. But when it comes to taking action and embodying that which you're called to bring forward, you want to be in alignment with already being that version of yourself, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? So when you're looking at calling in what you desire, looking at all four of those components, what does that look like for you, and where might there be opportunities for you to bring yourself into further alignment? And again, this isn't about perfection. What it's about is really being intentional in how you're living and being each and every day, and focusing on being present in the now. Okay. And when you focus on being present in the now and being intentional, then all of these little actions and these little gestures and these steps that you're taking toward your growth are what equate to the results that you desire, right? And so something else that I want to touch on today with embodiment is consistency in showing up. And there are really a couple of main components on this. I know this could probably actually be a video within itself, but when it comes to consistency in showing up, a big piece of our ability to do that is in boundaries and in how we're managing our time, I should say. And I know these aren't, maybe super fun, woo, or exciting, sexy, glamorous topics to cover, but they play such a big role in your ability to embody who you aspire to be and how you aspire to show up in the world. Anyways, the first component of consistency and showing up, it's really boundaries. And this is a really big topic, but just knowing that, as you continue to ascend and expand in your journey, there are always new levels, new invitations to mastery, and new opportunities to assert firmer boundaries. So are you clear in what you're unavailable for yourself and for others? What is non-negotiable in your life, right? This could be, well, this is all of what I'm about to share, but when it comes to boundaries for yourself and getting clear on what's non-negotiable, that can be your well-being as an example. Do you have personal development, spiritual practices that you do every day, getting good sleep, journaling, whatever those, going on a walk, whatever those non-negotiable things are for you, it's important to be clear on where are those boundaries for yourself that you are not willing to compromise for, right? And then really boundaries in regard to your relationship dynamics with other people. How easily are you able to say no to other people when you're clear in your boundaries for yourself, and where what's too much for you, or what doesn't align with your values, then it becomes easier to say no to people who are maybe a bit draining or demanding on your time. So those are some examples, right? So just being really clear on what are you unavailable for in terms of maintaining boundaries with yourself and maintaining boundaries with other people in your relationships, personally and professionally. The other part of this in your ability to consistently show up is in how you're managing your time. When you have clear boundaries, you're more effectively able to manage your time. So again, just understanding what's non-negotiable for you, what has to happen for you every day, that you're unwavering in terms of not compromising that for yourself. And then where does everything else fall into place? You can only work so many hours in a day. You can only, work with so many clients or accomplish so much. So understanding, where are those lines for you? And some helpful ways to enforce that is to understand, not just what are those things for you, what are your boundaries, but what kind of lifestyle do you want? How many hours do you want to work each day? How much time do you want to have for downtime, for yourself and for self-care, and schedule everything. I mean, even when it comes to time for play, if you find yourself struggling to be consistent in having fun and injecting joy into your day, scheduling that might be a good way to, in the beginning, to help you, get more consistent with making that time for yourself. Again, it's maybe not the most fun topic, but it's a really important topic. And this is something that I experience a lot with my clients in terms of boundaries and time management are two major components in how people actually, how they're challenged to, achieve the goals that they set out. So let's see, what else did I want to share with you on that topic? Yeah, that's really it. It's boundaries, being clear for yourself and for others, and managing your time, scheduling everything, understanding, really building your business, building what you're committing to, and your schedule around what is the ideal lifestyle for you. So these are all some great tips that I've shared today in that can help you to attain deeper levels of embodiment. One other thing that I actually want to mention is, listening to your body as well. So, you may have followed all of the tips that I shared today, but there might be days that you're tired, or if you feel like something is feeling forced, listen to that, because our life isn't actually supposed to always feel hard. Uh, Feeling joy and feeling ease and grace and flow is part of our birthright. And when things feel hard, that should actually be more the exception and not the rule for you. So really listen to what your body is telling you and tune in to what it wants and what it's guiding you to do as well. So I would love to know how these tips helped you today.